Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Epic here, and welcome to what I believe is my first ever Redux weapon guide, where we're going to be taking a look at, in these series of videos, the new weapons that were added in with Redux 1.2.0. This isn't something I've done for all of the Redux weapons, and as some of you may already know, there is now over 20 of them, so we're definitely not going to cover all of them by any means, but we are going to see, you know, just how many we can get through, and if you guys enjoy it or not. So it's the first video, and the weapon we're taking a look at today is of course going to be, by the thumbnail giving it away and the title, it's the Dull Harmful Take Assault Rifle. The Harmful Take Assault Rifle replaces the Chaos Assault Rifle, and it drops from the Psychobillies in Ambermire, so no changed drop source for this weapon in particular. To get to the Psychobillies, you literally just want to teleport to Rogue's Hollow in Ambermire. I'm sure you already know where they are, but in case you don't, I'll show you where they are. And you jump through the window in the base, down to the right, and behind the waterfall is where you can find the Psychobillies, who are going to drop you the Chaos, or the Harmful Take in this case. Remember, in order to get this gun dropped, you will need to be on at least version 1.2.0 of the Redux mod. Always make sure you're staying on the latest version, and we'll talk about more what the gun does in just a second. But we got one more Billy to kill here, and that doesn't matter anyway, because we already got the Harmful Take dropped to us. Now, I believe, just like the Electric Banjo, it's only the Billy ending with a Y which will drop the Harmful Take, just like it would be with the Electric Banjo, so just bear that one in mind. I could be wrong, I'm sure the YouTube comment section can help me out there. But with that, we did manage to get the Fire Harmful Take. Now, the Harmful Take is an assault rifle which can drop in any element, and for this gun, I do believe it only drops in fully automatic and semi-auto, and the special effect for this thing is pretty in-depth, so let's go through it. First of all, unlike most weapons in the game, the Harmful Take secondary firing mode, in this case it's the semi-auto firing mode, will deal basically the same amount of damage as the fully auto firing mode will, meaning if you want to be a total gangster and switch to that semi-auto firing mode and start dropping enemies, it will deal the same damage as fully auto will if you want to test your trigger finger, which is really nice. But additionally, should you take elemental damage such as fire like I am right now, your fire damage will be greatly boosted, just like it would if you was wearing an elemental projector. Because of this, as you may already have guessed, the Harmful Take has a built-in elemental projector into it, meaning you do not need to wear an elemental projector when running this weapon. And the elemental projector's effect, I believe to my knowledge, will not stack with this gun's effect either. Additionally, like I've already said, the gun does indeed rotate elements as you reload. For example, right now it's shooting fire and shock. It's a little difficult to see, but I think you can see it. We'll put our barrier on here to make it look a little easier, so if we reload and then shoot again, it looks like we're doing corrosive and fire. But the more elements that you can have on this gun while using it, I think is going to be the biggest play possible, because you really, when using this gun, want to be taking a bunch of elemental damage from random sources and then keep reloading and switching out, so that you're just constantly loading enemies up with all kinds of different elemental damage, which, like I said, will get boosted. Like, for example, there's a fire barrel here, so if I hit myself with it and then hit the enemy, imagine I had like double fire right now. Like, it's just going to start shredding. And like I've already said, the Harmful Take is also great just because of that secondary firing mode perk that it's got. As you can see here, if we hit an enemy, we're going to be hitting for 560 damage, and then if we switch to semi-auto and hit it again, 960 damage. So actually, semi-auto is probably a better play in terms of damage output. Now, I will say one thing that is very important to make sure you're paying attention to with the Harmful Take is that element swapping effect. As you guys can see, as I'm about to show you right here, if I reload the gun and shoot the jack test, you're going to notice something pretty damn interesting. So just by shooting it, you may see that we're only dealing one type of damage. And as you guys can see here over at Athenas, this is also the case when hitting enemies with this. Even your dot damage will turn into whatever element the gun swaps to. So just remember that when you're farming for the Harmful Take, the element really isn't going to matter all that much, because once again, should you happen to switch the element, which it's basically guaranteed, it is also going to switch up even your dot damage, so there really is no point in worrying about having a fire one or a rad one. Now, just some extra details that I want to go over here before we end off the video is that the Harmful Take is a modded weapon. It is in the Redux mod, so it is not a weapon that you're going to find in the base game of Borderlands 3. This is something that you do need to play the Redux mod in order to get, and it is something which should not be shared around to base game players. It is strictly a modded item at its core. That's just the hard truth. And for those to whom it may concern, the Harmful Take can world drop from any source in the game, and it is also a gun which does not have a hybrid role. So if you're looking to farm a hybrid version of this gun, it sadly does not have one. The Harmful Take is a standalone weapon in that regard. But anyway, that's going to do it for my guide on the Harmful Take. Let me know what you guys think of this weapon in the comments section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.